Hi, hello, my name is Sydney. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be letting my TBR jar choose my March reads. So I'm going to pick 6 prompts from my prompt jar, and let's just jump right into this by picking our first prompt. Apparently my dog really likes this one, but a book with the title starting with the first letter of my name. Okay, so that would be an S. Let's see. Oh my gosh, nothing on this side that starts with an S. Let's turn this around a little bit. We don't have a single book on my TBR that starts with an S. I feel like that's really weird. Okay.
Huh?
I guess we are going to have to pull a different prompt that is really weird. Redo of prompt number 1. We have a book that starts a new series. Okay. I can do that. I can work with that. Do I want to start a new series? Not really, but let's just go ahead and do it anyways. So I'm trying to think of something that I would be interested in starting. I've been really wanting to read Heartless Hunter. I don't know if I want to get into fantasy though. Literally me pulling powerless after I just said that I didn't know if I wanted to get into fantasy yet. I've been really wanting to read Lightlark, and I'm pretty sure she just came out with her first romance book, I think. So maybe we might do this one. These are the options I pulled. We have Heartless Hunter, Powerless, Lightlark, and Brutal Prince. I've been saying that I'm going to read Powerless for a really long time, so I think that this is going to be the month that we just pick it up, and fingers crossed I read it. I'm gonna try to get it on my Kindle just because these words are so small, and I just don't think that I want to do that to myself, so hopefully we can get that on my Kindle. But this is going to be our first book on our March TBR. Okay, let's go for number 2. We have a book I have seen a lot of people rate highly. Okay, I feel like that could be a lot of these books. I've seen a lot of people talk about the Daisy Hates part of the Magnolia Parks Daisy Hates series. This is the second book in Daisy's story, so this is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. I know a lot of people do rate this pretty highly and prefer Daisy's story over Magnolia's, so this is definitely a contender. I know a lot of people also really like the Belladonna series, but I could do Belladonna, but I made my decision. We are going to go with Daisy Hates the Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings just because I really miss this world and I want to get back into it. So this is the perfect excuse to put this on my TBR for March. Number 3, we have a book that completes a series. I honestly don't even know if I have anything that would complete a series. Okay, so we've run into another little tiny problem. I don't know if I even have any books on my physical TBR that would be completing a series. Okay, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure Addicted for Now by Kristen Becker Ritchie is the last book. It's not the last book in the series, in the Addicted Calloway Sisters series, but I'm pretty sure this is the last book that follows Lily and Lo. This doesn't really count, but I think this is the best we can do for this prompt since all of these books that are a part of a series are not the last book in the series. So there's nothing I can really do about that, but I guess we're gonna make this work. We're just gonna count this as this prompt. Prompt number 4, we have highest Goodreads rating. Okay, give me 1 second and then I will be back. Okay, I'm actually extremely excited for this pick. I went onto my Goodreads and I looked at the highest rated book that I have on my physical TBR, and that happens to be Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. And guys, I've been wanting to continue this series since I put down the last book I read from this series, and holy crap, I'm so excited that this ended up getting picked and I cannot wait to read this. So I feel like this will probably be like one of the first books I read in March, so I am so excited to be adding this to my March TBR as our 4th book. Prompt number 5, we have a book that intimidates me. Okay, I feel like all of these books intimidate me. So Quicksilver intimidates me because it is huge. That is definitely a contender because it does really scare me. This also intimidates me. 5 Brothers by Penelope Douglas. I don't really know why it intimidates me. I think it's probably because of the size, and I don't know. I don't know too much about this book. Honestly, I don't really know anything. So I think that's a little bit like why it intimidates me. Honestly, there are a pretty good amount of books on here that do intimidate me. Like we have A Little Life. That one is really scary. I have a Stephen King book, which is Billy Summers. That also is a little bit scary. I've got like The Dance of Thieves, which I know that I would like Dance of Thieves. It just is a little bit intimidating to me just because I've had it on my TBR for so long. Okay, I think we're just going to go ahead and choose Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. Again, I don't even know like anything about this. This is a special edition from Probably Smut that I got a couple of months ago. And I know a lot of people actually really liked it. And I don't think I've heard too much about it, but I know a lot of people do like Penelope Douglas's writing. So I'm excited to get a taste of what she writes, but I'm a little bit scared because like Five Brothers, I don't know why, but like it just scares me a little bit. So this book is also really hefty and that's also very intimidating. So we're just gonna put this on my TBR as our 5th book. Okay, we are going to pick our 6th and final prompt for the month of March. And we have a book I have to read. Okay. So when I wrote that prompt down originally, I was thinking more of like picking a book that I feel like either I've seen a lot of people like on TikTok or Book Talk recommend that like you have to read. So I guess we're going to look at what I have and see what we're gonna pick. I feel like Heartless Hunter has been very frequently recommended, at least from what I've seen. Like now that I'm like thinking of it, I'm like, okay, like what book do I like have to read? Like I feel like I have to read all of these. I've seen a lot of people also recommend Belladonna, and I know I've really been wanting to read this one for a while, so I think I'm also gonna put this on my radar. I've also seen a lot of people recommend Out on a Limb, which is kind of making me want to pick it up, but I don't know, I've never read anything from Hannah Bowman Young. Okay, so what we have so far is Heartless Hunter, Belladonna, and Out on a Limb. And just like looking at these books, I feel like we've got like a pretty good amount of romance on here. And I'm pretty sure this is a romance. Honestly, I'm not too sure. And obviously we have Powerless. So I'm just like kind of like, I don't know what to do. I've made a decision and we're going to go with Out on a Limb by Hannah Bowman Young. And I've decided to choose this just because I feel like we have some pretty thick books. And I feel like a lot of these are going to be like a little bit heavier. The Boys of Tommen series, that entails a lot. We've got a pretty thick book with Five Brothers. Daisy Hates, Addicted for Now also has some very heavy like trigger warnings and stuff in there. Powerless, it's a little bit of a thicker book. So that's kind of like my justification for picking this book. And like I said, I've seen a ton of people talking about this book and I know that it is definitely a book that I've been wanting to read for a while. So we're going to just have this be our last and final book on our March TBR. And I think this will be a really good like palette cleanser-esque type just because it's a romance and I feel like romances are usually a little bit easier to read. So I think I'm gonna enjoy that one. I feel like my TBR is becoming a little bit smaller, which I'm really happy about. For a quick little recap, we have Powerless by Lauren Roberts. We have Daisy Hates, The Great Undoing by Jessa Hastings. Addicted for Now by Krista and Becca Ritchie. We have the 3rd book in the Boys of Tommen series, Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. Five Brothers by Penelope Douglas. And Out on a Limb by Hannah Bowman Young. So those are the 6 books we have on my March TBR. Hopefully I can get to all of them. I'm pretty excited for most of these books, so I feel like that is like good motivation to start off the month fresh with. But if you guys have read any of these books, definitely let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. And if you are also going to be reading one of these books in the month of March, definitely let me know and come back to this video to let me know your thoughts. But that is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to stay tuned for more from me and happy reading.